I would like to introduce you to Clayton Baraniuk, a Canadian theatre maker, producer, administrator, and artist. Clayton trained in theatre in Victoria at the Canadian College of Performing Arts and founded Gotta Getta Gimmick, with whom he created, produced, and performed in more than 30 productions in Victoria and around the west coast of Canada. As a company manager and producer, he has worked with the Belfry Theatre, the Canadian College of Performing Arts, the Canada Dance Festival, and the Vancouver 2010 Olympic Games, and is currently the artistic producer of the Electric Theatre Company of Vancouver. As an artist, Clayton has worked with the Belfry Theatre, Bard on the Beach, Shakespeare Festival, Atomic Vaudeville, Story Theatre Company, Theatre SKAM, Intrepid Theatre, and the Fire Hall Arts Centre, among others. He was an associate producer for the 2013 Professional Association of Canadian Theatre Conference and the 2015 Study of Indigenous Theatre in Canada with the National Arts Centre. Clayton has worked for many years with artists with disabilities. He began at a very young age in a fully integrated system and performing in plays and musicals alongside several students with disabilities. He has worked one-on-one and in groups with children and adults with autism over several years, both in an educational and artistic context. And most recently was the associate producer of the 2016 Summit on Deaf Disability, Mad Arts, and Inclusion in Canada with the National Arts Centre. I met Clayton through the Chilean-Canadian writer Carmen Aguirre, one of my inspirations. So tell me, how does a guy born in Courtenay, BC, end up at the Canadian College of Performing Arts?
Well, I think in that question is the answer to your question is Courtenay is a small town in northern Vancouver Island, and it's a little bit removed from the rest of Canada here on the west coast. The Canadian College of Performing Arts was an institution that targeted the island, being located in Victoria, as a place to attract students from. And coming from that part of Canada and not having a lot of money growing up, the opportunities to go farther away from home were limited when I was young. So the Canadian College seemed like the place to go. It was within my reach and was exactly what I wanted to do.
So were you there when Darcy Evans was there, or Barbara Pogmiller?
Pogmiller.
Pogmiller.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about her. I just saw you light up when I said her
Yeah, so Barbara Pogmiller was a pretty influential artist in the formative stages of my career. She's an actor, director, movement coach, physical theater expert, and a very, very inspiring artist. Creatively and sort of spiritually as it relates to the creation of work. And during my time at Canadian College of Performing Arts, I was privileged to have her as an instructor and a mentor, as a director, and learned a lot from her, not only about process and self-care as an artist, but also ways to challenge yourself and go outside of your comfort zones and find the places where you connect deeply with the work and yourself simultaneously.
When was the first time that you were on stage and you heard applause?
I believe, my mother may correct me on this, but I believe that it was in elementary school in grade 3, doing a play about bears, where everyone dressed up in very bear costumes and sang songs about bears. And I remember standing on stage in Courtney Elementary and wearing this costume and hearing the applause of the audience and seeing their faces and realizing that what I was doing, they were receiving. And that's an exciting relationship that I discovered at that age. Although I have a mantra that it's never too late. I've got this little stone that this child performer gave me during a production of The Trespassers at the Belfry Theatre. Was it The Trespassers? No, it was The Cryptogram with Jenny Young and Daniel McIver. And this young kid who was playing the boy in the show gave me a stone. And written on it was, "It's never too late." And that is still in my special place at home as a reminder to never give up.
Your family recognized your gift and believed in you.
Well, my grandmother was an artist who was a painter for a hobby and a sculptor. And she always supported all of my work and was a place outside of the home to go to live life that was not in my immediate family. But my mother and my stepfather, Gordy, were the ones in the trenches, taking me to the 6 a.m. rehearsals, making sure that I had the costume I needed, following up with permission forms and supporting me through college to get into a professional career. So I can't really say it was any one member of my family, but the coming together of all those people and support, I'm very, very lucky for that. And no one ever told me it wasn't a great career choice or that I would make nothing of myself. I was very, very lucky.